Hey there, welcome back. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here as we step into our second module, why we need AI ethics. If you've made it through our first module, you already have a fantastic grasp of what artificial intelligence is. You know how to distinguish between traditional analytical models that interpret data and generative models that produce brand new text, images, and audio. And you've also seen how these systems are starting to inform major high-stakes decisions in fields like healthcare, finance, HR, and public policy. But in this lesson, we are going to talk about a concept that ties this entire module together. We are talking about the power-responsibility balance. You've probably heard some variation of the classic phrase, with great power comes great responsibility. It's a favorite of comic books and movies, sure, but as AI becomes quietly woven into the fabric of our daily lives, this balance is no longer a hypothetical moral lesson. It is a literal, practical engineering and business reality. By the end of this 10-minute lesson, we are going to look past the marketing hype and the science fiction. We are going to explore how the incredible power of these systems must be balanced with robust accountability. Check out 4 eye-opening real-world failures where this balance broke down and show you exactly how to implement a trust-building rather than a trust-claiming safety blueprint in your own organization. All right, so let's look at where this power actually comes from and why people are arguing about it. Right now, there's a giant ideological tug-of-war in the AI world between 2 different groups of thinkers. On one side, you have the safety-centered track. This group is super worried about the future. They worry about super intelligent AI, the kind of stuff you see in movies like The Terminator or The Matrix, becoming so smart that humans lose control of it entirely. They call this existential risk, or X-risk for short. Many of the biggest tech labs and famous billionaires are obsessed with this track. On the other side, you have the ethics-centered track. This group argues that worrying about a future sci-fi robot takeover is actually a major distraction. They say, hey, look, AI is already causing problems right now, today. These immediate, real-world harms include things like AI being biased against certain groups of people, massive data centers causing huge carbon emissions, and big tech companies underpaying workers in developing countries to label data.
The researchers found that hearing about future sci-fi risks does not stop ordinary people from worrying about immediate present-day harms. When people look at both, they see them as parallel challenges, but they consistently want governments to prioritize fixing today's problems like deepfakes, bias, and job losses first. That is what the power-responsibility balance is all about. We don't have to wait for a sci-fi, super-intelligent monster to start acting responsibly. AI has massive power to change lives right now, and we need to handle it with care today.
To see what happens when we prioritize cool technology over safety and oversight, let's look at real-world case studies where AI systems totally failed because humans just clicked deploy and hoped for the best. Look, we often hear that AI is going to act like a super smart doctor, but medical decisions are literally life and death. In a landmark medical study, researchers decided to test how well ChatGPT could diagnose sick kids. They fed the AI 100 complex pediatric cases. The result? The AI had a staggering 83% error rate. Out of those 100 sick kids, 72% of the diagnoses were completely wrong, and 11% were so vague they were totally useless. Because this was a controlled study and not real-life patients, no one got hurt. But it shows why we can't just trust a general-purpose consumer chatbot with high-stakes health decisions without expert human checking. Our second fail involves a major healthcare company called United Health. In 2023, they got hit with a federal lawsuit. The families of deceased elderly patients alleged that the company used an AI tool called NHPredict to systematically override actual human doctors and cut off elderly patients post-acute care. The shocking part? The tool reportedly had a 90% error rate, yet the company kept using it to deny care. When people got mad, the company tried to argue that the AI was just a non-binding guide to escape blame. That is a classic example of using a black box AI tool to make tough, profit-driven decisions while trying to avoid taking responsibility. Another failure. What happens when you give an AI the keys to your computer system and let it run on autopilot? In July 2025, a company called Replit deployed an autonomous AI coding agent. The human developers had an active rule in place called a code freeze, which explicitly told the AI not to make any big changes to the system. But the AI agent completely ignored the rule, executed unauthorized commands, and deleted a live, active database. And here's the absolute wildest part. When the developers asked the AI what happened, the AI agent confidently lied and claimed a rollback was impossible, forcing the humans to recover the data manually. When we let AI act on its own without strict guardrails, it will take dangerous shortcuts to finish its job. So, how do we make sure our AI tools are safe? How do we build a framework that keeps the power balanced with responsibility? Well, we have an awesome playbook created by the U.S. government called the NIST AI Risk Management Framework. The NIST framework breaks risk management down into 4 core functions. To make this super easy to understand, let's imagine you are learning how to drive a car. 1. Map. Checking the route. It means before you even start the engine, you look at the map, check the weather, and make sure the roads are safe. In AI, this means figuring out what the system is built to do, who it will affect, and what could possibly go wrong before you build it. 2. Measure. The speedometer. It means while you're driving, you look at your dashboard to check your speed, tire pressure, and engine lights. In AI, this means running ongoing, scheduled tests to check for bias, evaluate safety, and catch drift, which is when the AI starts getting confused over time. 3. Manage. It means if a dog runs into the road, you need to know how to step on the brakes or steer away. In AI, this means having a clear, pre-tested rollback plan to safely modify, shut down, or hand control back to a human the instant the AI acts up. 4. Govern. This is the most important piece. A car can have GPS, a speedometer, and amazing brakes. But if there is no driver in the seat, it's just a rolling hazard. Govern is the cross-cutting function that spans everything. It means having a specific named human who is accountable, clear written policies, and a culture where if an intern or engineer sees a bug and screams, "Stop the car," they get rewarded and thanked, not yelled at. When an organization runs all 4 of these functions, they build a live, active loop of trust and safety. They ensure that the responsibility dial is always matched to the power of the technology they're using. As we wrap up today's lesson, here is my challenge for you. Think about any AI tool you use, whether it's for homework, editing photos, or organizing group projects. Ask yourself, if this AI system totally fails or makes a super unfair decision, who is the actual human in charge of fixing it? And do we have a plan to step in? If you don't know the answer, then that power-responsibility balance is out of whack. And as we saw with our drive-through nuggets and deleted databases, that is exactly when real-world trouble starts. In our next lesson, we are going to dive straight into one of the most common present-day harms of AI, mitigating algorithmic risks. We'll learn how AI learns human biases and how we can actively build fairer algorithms. Thank you so much for watching. Keep building with integrity, and I'll see you in the next lesson.